It's time to get a little scared. Today, we check out 3 creepy emails with disturbing backstories.
You ever check your spam folder in your email? There's a chance at one point you received an email with one of your passwords in the title, and inside the email would be threats of leaking your information, or worse, unless you paid a certain ransom, usually in Bitcoin. This usually...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this has actually happened to me before. Once I was added in a tweet that was basically from this burner account, and they added a paste bin, and inside the paste bin was some of the old passwords that I used, my old phone number, and my old address. And they tried to send this all to me to like scare me. This has genuinely happened to me in my life before, and I was freaked out. It wasn't any of my current stuff, so I was like, all right, it doesn't really matter. But the fact that they had that information was genuinely scary.
It happens when a hacker, or even often a regular user, will likely find this info by merely searching any of the numerous data breach databases available on criminal forums.
That's where they got it from.
In March of 2019, a 25-year-old man named Joe Albanese received a similar email to what was just described. It was titled his password that he used for every account that he had. This was obviously a cause for alarm, so he opened it immediately to read the contents of the email. This is what it said. Hey Joe, all you really need to know is that I know your password and other personal information. I won't come after you, I won't harm you. As long as you send me a small amount of money, $5,000 in the...
$5,000? A small amount of money? What is this, frickin' Trump?
Hey, Sleepy Joe, I just need you to send me a small amount of money from the U.S. Treasury. After I've been knocked out of the presidency, I'm a little low on funds, Sleepy Joe, so just print me $5,000 and send it to my Bitcoin address. Thank you. Lots of love from Donald.
A form of Bitcoin. We're going to refer to it as a donation for a good cause, not as any kind of blackmail. My Bitcoin address is... If you don't send me the money, bad things may happen. Don't even bother going to the police. This email is untraceable.
Damn it, it's untraceable!
Joe did some research and learned that these kinds of threatening emails are common scams, and usually nothing will come of them. Still, Joe replied to the email asking, what other personal information of mine do you currently possess? I'd love to know. He sent this as a sort of challenge to the email, not even really expecting a response or for it to even go through. But it did, and he promptly received a response back saying, I know your home address is F. If you go to the police, I will know about it and you will be sorry.
Oh my god. Okay, that is actually kind of scary. If it is their current home address, I'm just glad it wasn't mine. If it is their current home address, then that is terrifying.
Would really set in with just about anyone, as having a password leaked in a data breach is one thing, but some unknown person having your home address threatening you with it is completely next level. Joe didn't reply to the email for several days, but he also didn't go to the police. He decided to wait it out and see what would happen next, and
that is scary. Like, what do you do in that situation? I mean, I guess the best thing is to go to the police, because then they'll have that information. Also, why does it have his name? Is that really his name?
Yeah, I'm gonna scam someone and put my actual full name in the address.
After 3 days, there was a follow-up email saying, I'm still waiting for the payment. I won't wait much longer. Joe replied,
just tell them it's coming via snail mail. Yeah, I sent the $5K. I don't know if you got it yet. I sent it in like $100 bills. You should get it soon, don't you worry.
This time saying,
it's
I'm
coming.
Not paying you $5,000. If you want to come to my house, you'll get a face full of lead.
Let's go! Woo! Yeah, baby! Correct answer!
This was a complete bluff though, as he doesn't actually own a gun. And
oh, right. You should probably get one if he's gonna make a threat like that, to be honest.
The hacker likely knew that, because that same night, Joe received a follow-up email containing a picture of his house. It was the side of his parents' house and zoomed in on his bedroom window upstairs.
What? Oh my god.
He didn't want to tell his parents in fear of worrying them, but now that his gun bluff didn't work, he knew he may have to get them or the police involved.
Oh my god.
He responded one more time saying, I don't have $5,000. I'm broke paying off student loans. The house you sent a picture of is my parents' house. They did nothing wrong.
Oh no.
If you need to do this, please do it to someone else. I don't have the money to send you even if I wanted to.
I don't know if that's gonna work for the scammer. They're gonna be like, well, sucks to suck, bro. You're gonna have to get it.
There was no response this time, but within an hour, the sound of glass shattering from downstairs traveled throughout the house. And everyone, including his parents, heard it. There was one of their decorative bricks from the front of the house, laying in the dining room among thousands of tiny shards of glass from the broken window. Joe tried to explain the situation as quickly as he could, and while he and his dad took a quick look outside for anyone who could be out there, his mother called the police. Joe showed the...
Dude, that is terrifying! Like, usually you've heard of these kind of scam emails in the past, but he genuinely did it! He actually did it!
Police officers the emails and everything, which were forwarded to the police department. A police officer stayed parked outside the Albanese house for a couple hours that night. Joe blocked the email address from sending any further emails, and as far as he knew, he was never contacted again. The police had a hard time tracing back the original source of the email,
Because he said it was untraceable, so there's no way he could have done it, right?
it was sent from an untraceable device, likely an
Damn it, he was right, it is untraceable!
iPod Touch or similar device.
Wait, that's it? I need to know what happened to the guy. Please tell me the guy was found at the end. Come on, man. I need to know what happened. All right, that was spooky. Not gonna lie. They got me on that.
Everyone imagines being famous in their lives. A lot of people create this image in their head that being in the public eye creates for nothing but a fairy tale life. But that's far from the truth. Being under the spotlight in any capacity comes with a lot of drawbacks, one of which being stalkers and overly obsessed fans. One extreme case of this, an ex-radio host and DJ who was centered in Los Angeles, had a long, seemingly never-ending chain of emails from an obsessed fan. It started around 2005 or 2006.
This is actually really bad for content creators on the internet as well, like for Twitch streamers. It is ridiculously easy to get an obsessed person that goes completely hog wild and stalks you to like the end of the earth. It's actually kind of terrifying.
The DJ started noticing a regular listener, someone who listened to the show every day and would call in on the request line from time to time. At one point, the listener won a prize from the show, and in order to deliver the prize, the DJ requested her email, and that's where things began. In order to be polite and cordial with the girl, he would answer all of her emails, and when Facebook started to become popular, he added her back where she commonly liked and commented on his posts. This went on for a while, until one day the fan professed her love for him.
Uh-oh,
the DJ
here we
rejected
go.
this advance in the most polite way he could. She seemingly accepted the rejection, and the DJ thought it would be the end of it, but it wasn't. In 2011, she emailed him a link to a blog that she was writing, where she would post about him and their quote-unquote love multiple times per day. She followed him over to a new radio station and was religiously listening to his shows, assigning meaning to the musical playlist. For example, the song Marry Me by...
No, you're gonna be like, oh my god, he played Not Afraid by Eminem? That means he's not afraid to profess his love for me live on radio. That's what it means.
Train was popular at the time, and whenever that song would play on his show, she would blog about it actually being a marriage proposal from the DJ.
What? This is the most deranged thing I've ever heard.
She began saving all his photos from his social media and photos of other women in his life, like friends and girlfriends, and posting them to her blog with extremely hateful words. She'd make posts raging about him being a man whore, followed by another post not even 10 minutes later in a completely different tone, apologetic and soft, implying she may have bipolar tendencies.
Absolutely deranged.
The DJ did his best to ignore it, even though by this point he was extremely creeped out. But as she again began emailing him, he tried more forcefully this time to get her to stop, but she wouldn't stop. The DJ started sending DMCA requests to her blog host from the photos
Finally, a good reason to send a DMCA request.
of his that she had posted. The repeated violations got her blog shut down, but then she started emailing him instead of posting blogs. He made a filter folder so he never would have to see them aside from occasionally peeking at the insanity in the folder from time to time, just out of curiosity. Years went by and he hadn't answered any of her emails after 2 of them when he very adamantly told her to stop all communications and leave him alone. This continued for years, and in total, she has sent him over 4,000 emails, all of which he's archived. This is a picture of...
Bro, can you not, like, get a restraining order? Chicken shit, shove it where the sun don't shine, or according to In Mandy's Vagina, fuck off, get lost Janet motherfucking Jackson. What is happening? What is literally happening? This is an insane person. This is a completely insane person. What the hell? I don't want to start trouble. What?
Just a select few of them. The more recent emails had gotten very dark and violent in tone. In one of the most recent ones, she was threatening to find and hurt the DJ and happily go to jail for it. In another one, she listed the specific neighborhood in which he lived, which he worries she may have his address if she already knew what town he lives in. In an effort to stem the flow of information, he deleted all of his social media accounts a while back, but she would still email him pictures he appeared in from his friends who had public profiles, as well as
oh my god, that's so crazy! What? How do you get so obsessed over one person? How do you have, how does this happen?
Disturbingly, she sent the DJ photos of a shrine she had made of him in her home, with framed photos of his social media that she had posted up on the walls, desks, etc.
Of course.
Being a DJ, his appearance schedule must remain public, so she could technically find him working at nightclubs anytime she wants to, and understandably, he's freaked out and worried about his safety. After calling multiple attorneys, none seemed very interested in helping him with this matter. Due to his fear of facing the girl in real life or even being in the same room as her, he never went through with filing a restraining order. He also worried that on the off chance she didn't
He
have
never went through with what?
a restraining order. He also
What?
for even being in the same room as her. He never went through with filing a restraining order.
Why?
He also worried that on the off chance she didn't have his home address, the legal process would reveal it to her. To my knowledge, there was never any follow-up with this. And it's not
Okay, that's a valid fear to have. Like, if you file, like, some kind of charges against someone, they might actually get your home address. I think there's enough evidence there to just throw her in
unknown
prison.
if the harassment continued or what route the DJ pursued, if any. But this is one of those extreme cases of how a fan's obsession could have a very negative effect on someone's well-being and mental health.
You just gotta flee the country at that point. You just gotta skedaddle and hope that they don't have enough money to follow you. Alright, another
This
one.
last one, a viewer who wanted to be referred to as Christian received multiple emails that he wanted me to share in a story video.
Multiple emails from Apple giving me all sorts of discounts on earbuds.
Christian has a friend named Katie who was out for a job interview. They used to be co-workers, which is how they met. Nothing was out of the ordinary until Christian started to try and contact Katie after her interview was supposed to be done, only to find that his texts weren't delivering and calls were going straight to voicemail.
Oh no.
It was very possible that her phone could have been off or she had no cell service. But as hours passed and still nothing was delivering, he started to get concerned. The most likely and obvious possibility was that she lost or broke her phone. But finally, hours later, the text said delivered. However, Kate never replied. That same day, as Christian was checking his email, he saw an email from Katie's old work email. He opened it, and it read, "Hey, I lost my phone and keys. Can you come pick me up? I'm by some old warehouse construction looking building in the parking lot across from a Hyatt place."
Nope, sorry, Kay. My car is broken. My car exploded and died. And also every other car exploded and died. Nope, sorry, can't do it.
Christian asked when she last had her phone and if she had any idea how she lost it. She replied, "I have no idea. Just come soon, please. It's cold."
Wait, how are you emailing? If you don't have your phone, how are you
The
emailing?
address that she then sent to better help Christian get to her said it was 20 minutes away.
Walk to a Starbucks, please. McDonald's also works.
But looking at the location of the address on the map, it led to some abandoned-looking warehouse parking lot, evident by the green growing in the parking lot and decaying-looking rooftop.
Why are you... Yeah, what are you doing? Exactly, the correct question. What the fuck are you doing there?
Christian sent another email back, demanding she go to a less sketchy pickup point.
Thank you. Okay, I'm glad that she did. Yes, a good one, Christian.
She took a few minutes to answer back with, "I'm already sitting on a bench here. I'm comfortable, just please hurry."
I'm comfy, please hurry. Nope, no shot, not happening.
Christian got in his car and started following the directions to the location he was told to go. But about halfway there, he stopped the car when he had a thought. And that was, how is she using her laptop to email him in the middle of some random parking lot by an abandoned warehouse?
Exactly! How do you email? Do you think this warehouse has Wi-Fi? Do you think Elon Musk is using a space link thing in a random-ass warehouse? Because I don't think so.
While it was maybe possible that there was some free optimum Wi-Fi nearby or something, it did seem very unlikely. This is where Christian became suspicious of the whole thing.
Because she's so comfy on the bench that she's sitting on in a cold warehouse. It's so much better than, like, walking to anywhere.
And the fact that she was using her laptop to contact him instead of going to the hotel across the street and calling him just made it seem more suspicious.
There's a hotel across the street? Oh, dude, this bench is so comfy. It's much comfier than staying inside of a warm hotel. No, it's such a comfy bench, dude.
He tried calling her number a few times, and now it was ringing instead of going to voicemail. On his third try, the phone rang twice and somebody picked up for a second, though most likely on accident. By this point, Christian was suspicious all of Katie's things were stolen. He called Katie's brother to tell him about the situation and ask his opinion. But when he asked first thing, "Have you heard from Katie?" Katie's brother said she had been home for 2 hours, and that her entire backpack and phone were stolen. Christian yelled into the phone that he was being led into some sketchy parking lot at that very moment by someone who was on Katie's email, most likely on her laptop. Christian drove to Katie's house immediately to pick the two of them up, and they called her phone and left a voicemail with all three of them yelling threats of what they'd do if they didn't return the phone and laptop, which probably went unheard if the thief didn't have her passcode. They also sent a number of texts which went unresponded to. After calling the police and requesting assistance in the parking lot, a police car did show up, but the entire parking lot was abandoned as expected, and no further emails were received. Kate's phone was never turned on again. It was likely disposed of. She never got any of her stuff back, but on the bright side, Christian may have avoided being lured into some kind of trap that would have led to him being robbed or harmed.
robbed is like the best case scenario. That's terrifying. Jesus Christ. Well, if you have any spooky stories, let me know in the comment section below, and also subscribe to morepat. Subscribe to Mr. Nightmare, who just cracking at spooky videos like this.